Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Currency of Democracy. I'm your host, Josh Davis. This is a libertarian opinion show about how the government is growing, the dollar is losing value, and how you should be fed up. Right now, I'd like to talk about myself a little bit because, you probably don't know me at all. I've had a couple shows already that, I haven't really talked about myself really. Originally, I'm from Middleton. I lived in Middleton up until I was about 10 years old or something. That's about 15 years ago. And I moved to Salem. And then I went to college at the University of Hartford in Connecticut. I was a computer science major. And, I took one independent study in graphics. That was a lot of fun. Basically, my ambition was to go into video games. And right now, I'm working for a government contractor. We sell communication software. But yeah, I moved to Lowell about a year ago, and I've been working at this place for about 2 years. And my mom and dad grew up in Salem, so basically that's why I still feel at home here because my mom still lives she lives in Swampscott now, but she lived in Salem all her life, except for when we were in Middleton for 10 years or whatever. And my dad now lives in Wells, Maine, and I live in an apartment in Lowell, and I eventually would like to get rid of all my student loans. That'd be nice, and then get a house on my own up in New Hampshire or something like that. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. But this show today, basically, we're going to talk about the Communist Manifesto, how over the past 100 years we might have grown into the depths of communism, possibly by accident, possibly not. We'll also talk about, the Federal Reserve again, how it's, in a way, what we've seen over the past year with the bailouts and such. We've been going into a fascist state because a lot of welfare going to the corporations and the banks especially. All of this leads to fascism because the government and the corporations are working in collusion, possibly on purpose, possibly not. We're also going to talk about the difference between a republic and a democracy. And we're also going to, of course, bring up H.R. 1207 once again and how far along we've come with that. Again, we'll talk about all this today. Welcome to the Currency of Democracy. That's okay, I'm just saying. Hello everybody, welcome to the Currency of Democracy. I'm your host Josh Davis. Today we're going to talk about the H.R. 1207 Audit the Fed bill, and we're going to talk about gold, silver, the dollar, all of the monetary units you can think of. We're also going to talk about libertarianism and how basically it's the younger population are becoming more libertarian, that kind of thing, and we'll just go from there. Well, first off, like I said, this is we're going to talk about the Fed bill, the Audit the Fed bill, H.R. 1207 first. Basically, 2 weeks ago, I had John Zavalia on, and we talked about how it's it's getting gutted by Congressman Watt, who is from either North or South Carolina. He brought in this amendment to basically just gut the bill. There are four provisions inside of this bill, and it's basically being gutted by just, you know, oh, okay, so you want to audit what they're going to do with the foreign investments and all this other stuff? Well, you can't. Basically, you know, just down the line, not doing a thing. So, you know, but let me back up a little bit. We're going to talk about gold prices, the silver, and all that. Gold, last time I checked, is at 1080. And yeah, so I'm going to go over here, and we have a little chart. Am I like way ahead of stuff? No? Okay, good. Okay, so we got off the gold standard in 1971. Richard Nixon took us off. And basically, once they did that, our gold prices shot up. So this is 1971. In January of 1971, January of 1971, gold was at 37.87. And, you know, that was basically the fixed rate at which the dollar was against gold, you know, like before we got off the gold standard. Once we got off the gold standard, okay, so I was born in 1984, okay? Gold was at $370, $90. Yeah, because I said that right. $370 an ounce. So basically, it shot up. Let me draw a line here. You know, well, over the years, it goes like this. It's almost like a stock price. But basically, you know, it shoots up from $37 to $370. It gained 1,000% in the course of 13 years. Okay, so, but over the course of 1984 to 1990, it jumps down a little bit. No, wow, I'm off. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, it's supposed to be right here. So it only went up about $40 to $410 in 1990. And then in 2000, it went down. And personally, I believe that's all because of the depression of the 80s. And, well, it was not much of a depression, but basically a bubble burst. I forget which. But, well, anyway. And then we have this housing bubble burst in 2008, which happened last year, 14 months ago. And right now, gold price is up here. It is over $1,000. It shoots up way up here. I'm not joking. That's over the course of 9 years. You know, this time delay. You know, but that's not even the complete truth, because if you take a look at in 2008. Okay, so in 2008, the bubble burst of the housing, right? So that bubble burst in September last year, and gold was at $820. So let me make that mark right here. It was right here. So even that's not completely true. It's more like that. So, well, whatever. You get the point. Basically, gold is shooting up, and you know, we haven't really done anything about it, and the only reason why this is happening is because we're not doing anything about it as people. You know what? I'm reminding myself of Glenn Beck by doing all this. You know, he has all these charts and everything. But you see, you know, all of what I'm talking about is, you know, this is what I'm caring about. Because what I see happening over the next year, or maybe less, is I'm going to guess that gold goes over $2,000. I sound like an economist, but basically, if you look at, you know, what's happened over the course of 40 years, less than 40 years, it went from $30 up to $2,000, or $1,000.